Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager of all time, but his career is still incomplete. As he steps down from Man City, there are still 3 leagues where he's never won the Champions League: Italy, France, and Germany. So today, I'm taking over the rest of Guardiola's career to win those trophies and make him untouchable. So the next question is, should Guardiola go to Ligue 1, the Bundesliga, or the Serie A next? Well, if we're gonna go to Ligue 1, PSG would be perfect, but Luis Enrique is building a dynasty right now. No chance Guardiola replaces him. What about in Germany with Bayern Munich? He could win the UCL where he failed before. But like Enrique, company is doing a great job. No chance of him taking the job. Of course, he could take over the likes of Borussia Dortmund or even RB Leipzig, but that would be incredibly difficult. So why not? Let's start in the Serie A. He could join the likes of Inter Milan, who just won the Serie A title. AC Milan, who are slowly starting to fall from grace again. Nah, the perfect club for Guardiola is Juventus. They just missed out on UCL football in real life. They need the greatest manager of all time to save them. And of course, win their first UCL in decades. So this is the Juventus side. Pep Guardiola will be taking over. And of course, there's a lot of talents. Guardiola can turn Kenan Yildiz into an absolute superstar. Players like Conceição and Bremer will be great players in his tenure. And we know Guardiola loves a Cambiaso type player where he can play almost anywhere. But of course, we have to change the formation to a 4-3-3 holding with these roles to Guardiola way. And this is probably the best lineup Guardiola has in terms of players fitting his roles. A key man to pay attention to is someone like Dusan Vlahovic, who I think Guardiola will sell if he gets a big enough offer. But maybe he can reinvent him and make him world class like he was supposed to be, like Haaland and Lewandowski. But before Guardiola makes signings, he has transfer listed a lot of players. Juventus have a lot of deadwood and a lot of players that just don't fit his system. And he only has 70 million to spend so far. This is way less than what he's been spending at Man City. And there we go. Guardiola has sold almost everybody in his transfer list. But that still only gives him 102 million to work with. Now, because he's Guardiola, he can probably convince anybody to join. But this financial problem will be difficult, at least here at Juventus. So now that Guardiola knows what he's dealing with, the first priority in this team is to sign a brand new right back, and the perfect player for this system is Achraf Hakimi. But his valuation of 126 million, maybe Guardiola would be able to convince him, but we can't afford him. And Guardiola has 3 options: in Wesley from AS Roma, Michael Kayode from Brentford, a return to Italy. These 2 guys are 2 perfect players that Guardiola can mold into a system, but Kayode is going from 53 to 66 million. That's half our budget. And Wesley around the same price as well. Way too expensive for a right back. So instead, for only 15 million, he is going for Vanderson from AS Monaco. Very low rated, but these are the signings he has to make for now, because Juventus and Italy in general don't have lots of money. That's why he needs to win trophies and maybe the Europa League this year to help him make those world-class signings to help him win the Champions League. And Vanderson now joins the starting 11. He'll be competing with Joe Mario. And I think next priority is that right center mid. Although Locatelli and Thuram might not be the perfect fit, they might be able to grow into it. While Koopmeiner's position is very important. And boys, the perfect player would be Ryan Cherki. He got 1 season under Guardiola. He can't afford him, so it cannot happen. 2 other perfect options would be someone like Nico Paz or Arda Güler, but because of their age and potential, they're too expensive. Paz might be affordable, but that means he won't be able to make any more signings. But somebody a little bit worse than Paz is Franco Mastantuono. He is very affordable and would still leave room to sign other players. Can he be trusted in that free 8 row? And this is tough because for 80 million plus Koopmeiners, Madrid have accepted the offer for Mastantuono. But for 53 million plus Winston McKennie, Nico Paz, Como have accepted. I don't know who to take here, man. And Kamara had to go for the better player, so Nico Paz, with Winston McKennie going the other way, is now a Pep Guardiola Juventus player. This is a huge signing. He's gonna be incredible in that playmaking role. Nico Paz fits perfectly in that midfield. Stole him up from Madrid as well. Now the problem is Guardiola only has 33 million left to spend, and he ideally wanted a brand new number 9 and a brand new right winger to try and revive the career of Dusan Vlahovic. So he's gonna try and find a competition or a replacement for Conceição. And we know the perfect option would be Lamine Yamal. He's never joining Juventus. And so that leaves us with Asane Diao, a proven Serie A player, or Johan Bakayoko from RB Leipzig. So for 9 million plus Segrova, Johan Bakayoko is now joining Juventus and might start on the right-hand side for Guardiola. 3 incredible signings from Mr. Baldi here. And it seems like Bakayoko will be the bench player for now. But this is a great first window for Pep Guardiola as he has set his sights on winning the Europa this year. But it's now time for Guardiola's debut at Juventus and in the Serie A. Let's see if his football is good enough for Italy. And Guardiola's debut kicks off. Here comes Kevin Turan with a brilliant ball into Kenan Yildiz, looking for that cross, triple pass into Conceição, and it goes in. And what a way to start Guardiola's journey as manager. Brilliant pass from Kenan. But now it's Bologna on the ball. Great tackle from Kevin Turan into Dusan. Back into Kenan. Kenan finds a through ball into Dusan. Great touch. Dusan Vlahovic with a finish. And it's 2-0. Another assist from Yildiz. Dusan gets a goal. But now it's Juan Miranda running down the wing. Great tackle from Vanderson into Nico Pass. Great ball into Johan Bakayoko. Great headed down Vlahovic. What a finish, man. And it's a brilliant finish from Dusan Vlahovic. 3-0. And it's a 3-0 victory. Guardiola's first 3 points. We know he's after the Europa League, but where will they finish in the Serie A? And of course, Guardiola has gotten Juventus into a Europa League final as he faces Fenerbahce in the final in the Estadio San Mamés. This is a free ticket to the UCL, and maybe he wins it next year, achieving his first out of 3 he needs left. But here comes Fenerbahce, the first attack of the game. It's a great ball into Artekoglu. Fenerbahce looking to take this lead against Guardiola's team. Into Marcos Asensio. Gets rid of Cabral. Great shot, great save. Come Juventus on the counter-attack. Kenan Yildiz is on the ball, looking for the pass into Dusan Vlahovic. It's a great ball, and it's Dusan 1v1 looking for a shot here. It's offside. But now it's Fenerbahce on the ball again on the attack. Marcos Asensio is leading this attack, looking to go 1v1. They go for the tackle, but it goes in. And this is not good. Fenerbahce have taken a lead against Pep. Kevin Turan wins the ball back in the midfield. Nico Pass with a great ball into Vlahovic. Takes a touch, low driven, it goes in. Vlahovic gets the equalizer. Come on, Juventus. Here comes Fenerbahce on the ball again. Amrabat gives it into the winger. Back in the middle. Here comes Fenerbahce looking to take the lead. Bad tackle from Kalulu. Looking for the shot, and it goes in. And that has to be the dagger. 3-1 to Fenerbahce. He's lost the European final. And it's all over. Fenerbahce lift the Europa League. Pep loses his first European final with Juve. Is this his fault, or is it the players at play? It doesn't matter because Pep won the Serie A in his first season by 3 points over Napoli and Milan. But sadly, he could not win the Coppa Italia. A double in his first year would have been incredible. And his squad is looking great. 87 rated Yildiz, 87 rated Pass. Even Locatelli went up +1. And interestingly, David has surpassed Dusan Vlahovic. And in goes to 24 goals for Jonathan David, 18 for Johan Bakayoko. What a signing. 15 and 2 for Yildiz. Dusan Vlahovic had an alright season, but I don't think he'll be the next Haaland or Lewa. And what a signing Pass was with 6 goals and 17 assists. Douglas Luiz was the player of the season for Pep. What? And David, Pass, Bakayoko, and Vanderson were in the team of the season. But now back in the Champions League in Season 2, Guardiola has 208 million, and this is the squad he is working with now. The first thing he wants to do is move Bremer to the right-hand side because he's right-footed, and finally sign a left-footed, hopefully world-class center back here. And when it comes to left-footed center backs, Bastoni is the perfect man. No chance Inter Milan let him go though. So that leaves them with 3 more options, and Castello Luqueba, lots of potential. Levi Colwill, we know Pep loves English players. Or bring back Dean Huijsen to Juventus. If you didn't know, he used to play here, but I don't think Pep's gonna be spending 96 to 120 million on a left-footed center back. And the decision he made for 32.5 million plus Gatti. Castello Luqueba is joining the side. This guy has incredible potential. Let's see if he fits in Pep's system. So now with Luqueba in the side, up next, I think I want a world-class goalkeeper. And originally, Pep wanted to get Mamardashvili, but his level isn't high enough just yet. So for 10 million, he is bringing in Liverpool Brazilian legend Alisson, still at an 88 overall. This is a huge signing for Guardiola. And now with a world-class goalkeeper, Pep Guardiola wants that world-class number 9. David was great, but he needs someone better if he needs to win the Champions League. And for 80 million plus Dusan Vlahovic, he was able to convince Liverpool to sign Alexander Isak. This is the goal poacher he needs. And boys, look at this lineup. It's a world-class side, many world-class players. If he doesn't win the UCL, it's on Pep. But Pep was able to reach the quarterfinals where he lost 4-2 to Liverpool in the first leg. So now it's time for the second leg. Bodie versus Bodie. Can Pep go on to the semi-final? And here comes Cody Gakpo for Liverpool, looking to take the lead. Hugo Ekitike on the ball, through ball into Florian Wirtz, into Quenda, and it goes in. This is not good. 6 minutes in, Liverpool take a 1-0 lead. And it's Kevin Turan into Kenan Yildiz. Here comes Juventus on the attack, looking to get a goal back. Great pass into Pass. Pass gets rid of the defender. It's still Nico with a shot. It goes wide. Oh, come on, Pass. You gotta score that. And here come Liverpool. Florian Wirtz gives it into Cody Gakpo. Into Hugo Ekitike. It hits the crossbar. Great clearance. But here come Liverpool. Sebastian wins the ball back. Ekitike. Giovanni Quenda. 1v1 with a shot. Oh, that was a close one for Pep there. And now it's a great ball into Kenan Yildiz. And here he comes at number 10 for Juventus. Looking for that space through ball. Into Nico Pass. It goes in. Let's go. Nico Pass gets a goal back. Come on, Pep. Come on, Juventus. And here comes Quenda on down the wing. Gives it to Hugo. Ekitike beats Bremer. And Ekitike, great save from Alisson. And now Alexander Isak with a brilliant pass into Johan Bakayoko. Here comes the Belgian winger. Cuts inside. It's still Johan. Gives it to Isak. Cuts back with a low-driven finish against his own team. Isak gets a goal back. One more goal and they've tied the aggregate score. And Isak picks up the ball once again. Another great pass to Johan Bakayoko. He was dangerous earlier in this spot. Squares it into Yildiz. And they've done it 5-5 in aggregate. Kenan Yildiz. Can they go to the next round? And here come Liverpool, though, looking to get back the lead. Bremer tries to run out of chop, but he fails. And now it's Curtis Jones into Ekitike. Brilliant save from Alisson. And now here comes Curtis Jones on the ball. Gives us a ball slide into the middle into Ekitike. And no, it might be over. Ekitike makes it 6-5. Pep might be knocked out. And it's all over. Juventus are knocked out of the Champions League. We knew this would be the hardest league to win it in. But he is getting so much closer. Once again, he wins the league title. Undefeated as well, invincible. He wins the Super Cup and the Coppa Italia, a domestic treble. He's done it all in Italy. One thing left though. And look at this lineup. 90 Isak, 90 Pass, 89 Yildiz. Bremer 89. Alisson went back up. Can you say Pep is world class at making signing? And the top goal scorer was Kenan Yildiz with 28 goals, 8 assists. 26 goals for Isak, 21 for Jonathan David. He has to win the Champions League next year. So this is a squad in season number 3. I'm pretty sure Pep can win the Champions League this season, unless things don't go his way. But something Pep likes to do is set up the team for the next couple of years for the next manager to take over. So taking a look at wing spots, up first is the center back, because other than Kelly, Villa is the 4th best center back. That cannot happen. And those players are Antonio Silva from Benfica for 32 million, for 48 million plus Coop Miners, Bilal El Kanous for a backup number 8, for the backup of Nico Pass, and finally for 55 million, superstar backup left winger in Malik Fofana. Great signings to potentially leave for the next manager. So this is the lineup for Pep's 3rd season at Juventus. Lukeba is a weak spot, but surely he has to grow because he didn't really last year. And what a story! Pep is in the final against his former club. Beat the likes of Barca on pens, Atletico, and 7-0 against Napoli. That's nasty. But there's a suspension to Nico Pass, who's at a 93 overall. I guess we'll see if Kanous is ready to be part of the future Juve project. But Pep has returned to a UCL final at Wembley with only his former team in his way. This could kickstart his journey of winning the last 3 UCLs in the last 3 leagues he's missing. And now it's Bilal El Kanous on the ball. Great ball into Francisco Conceição. It gives it to Isak. First touch into Kenan Yildiz. Let's go! And yes, Kenan gives Juventus the lead against Man City. Man City are fighting in the box. Haaland gives it back into Doku. Here comes City. Looking for an equalizer already. Rodri opens it wide. Gives it to Phil Foden. Foden with the turn. Looking for the shot. Great block. Foden on the free kick with the cross in the box. Header. It goes wide. But now it's City. Back into Gonçalo Inácio. Great save, Alisson. Captain Rodri on the ball. They're still looking for this equalizer in the first half. Foden gives it to Di Marco. Di Marco back into Rodri. Into Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's Trent into Rodri. Here comes City. Phil Foden with the turn. Gives it to Di Marco. Tackle. What? No. Why did he slide? Haaland stepping up to take the penalty to equalize the game versus Pep Guardiola. Bottom right, it goes in. And Haaland was never gonna miss. Man City equalized the game. But now in the 28th minute, Locatelli gives it to Conceição. Back into Locatelli. And now it's a through ball into Alexander Isak. And straight away, Juventus get a response. Alexander Isak scores. And now in the second half, here come Juventus. Kenan Yildiz gives it back to Thuram. Thuram finds a through ball back into Kenan. And now it's Kenan Yildiz. Gives it to Jonathan David off the bench with a shot. Great save by Trafford. Come on, David. You gotta score. And now it's a corner for Juventus. Kenan Yildiz gives it to Johan Bakayoko, also off the bench. Looking for the shot. And it just goes wide. Kevin Thuram on the ball. Gives it into Bilal El Kanous. Looking to create an opportunity. Gives it to Locatelli. Back into Kanous. Kanous through ball into Kenan. Kenan right for the finish. It goes in. And there it is, the dagger. Juventus 3-1 up. No chance. Man City and Maresca come back. It's all over. Juventus and Guardiola lift the UCL. That is 1 out of 3 left. The question is, where's he gonna go next? The Ligue 1 and Bayern. But more importantly, he has built a super team on his way out. Will Juventus stop him from achieving his goal? And he leaves with a 3rd league title in a row. Another 100 points. Another Super Cup. And Pep Guardiola wins a 3rd treble of his career. That's incredible, man. But this is the side he leaves behind. They're definitely gonna get in his way in the future. And look at the top goal scorers. Won't go into much detail, but it's time for Pep to go on to the next league. But sadly, he wasn't able to get a Juve Ballon d'Or winner. Let's see if we can get a Ballon d'Or winner in this video. And it seems like up next, he was able to secure the move to PSG. They just won the league title. Got knocked out by Man City in the quarters. This should be easier than his Juventus tenure. And oh my word, what an incredible team. They still have the amazing front three. The two Portuguese midfielders are still here, while Zay Emery is now the brand new DM. But there are a couple weaknesses like Zabarni, Gusto, Simon. They're still amazing, but not Champions League level. And surprisingly, right now he only has 92 million to spend. That could be fixed with a couple sells. But there we go. He was able to thin out the squad, and let me tell you, he made so much money. He can sign anybody in world football. But he's got to start somewhere, and it's going to be in that goalkeeper position. And for 56 million, he's decided to bring in Portuguese Diego Costa from Nottingham Forest. The 87 overall 29-year-old goalkeeper is Pep's new number one. Diego Costa now joins the lineup, but he has to be careful because Red says might go ahead and steal his place one day if he doesn't lock in. But up next is a right center back. Zabarni is good, but he's not world class yet. And well, let's just say Pep has his favorites. As for 86 million, once again, he'll be managing Kuzanov, 86 overall. And now with Kuzanov in the side, the final piece of the puzzle is that right back. Man, I bet he wishes Hakimi was still here. And you know who the second best attacking fullback other than Hakimi is? It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's played for Atalanta. So for 50 million, he is bringing in Trent Alexander-Arnold. What a team he's building. He didn't even touch the attacker midfield. Clearly, this is a one and done, and he wins the UCL right away. So this is his starting 11 at PSG. No chance he does not win the UCL. And he's even being more forward-thinking with his tactics. 2 wing backs. This is gonna be insane football. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, subscribe and comment down below where you think Pep will head to next. And yes, Pep has arrived to the UCL final against AS Roma and knocking out Man City in the semis. But this Roma team beat Real Madrid. And they also have the top goal scorer in Artem Dovbyk, as they have the likes of Dybala, Sule, Marmoush, meaning this game will be far from easy and overperforming Roma versus one of the best teams in the world, Pep's PSG. Nuno Mendes on the ball, gives it into Vitinha, into Kvara, Dembele, back out wide to Kvara, back in the middle, João Neves, Zay Emery, Dembele, into Kvara, and he gets fouled. It's gonna be a penalty. PSG were putting up an insane attack, but Aramburu could not stop that. And who else but Dembele to step up and take it, goes to the top right, and it goes in. And Ousmane Dembele puts it away, 1-0 for Paris. Here come PSG once again. Trent into Desiree Doué, back into Trent Alexander-Arnold in the middle, and now it's Vitinha, 1v1 against the goalkeeper. It goes in top corner. And in the 14th minute, it's 2-0. Captain Vitinha adds another goal. Kuzanov on the ball, gives it to Ousmane. Ousmane Dembele gets rid of the defenders. It's still Ousmane. Why they play such a high line? Ousmane Dembele with a low German finesse. And Dembele scores a third in the 70th minute. It's all over. And the referee blows the whistle. PSG left the UCL. Pep has won back-to-back Champions Leagues for the very first time. And up next, he's going to the Bundesliga. If he could win it for a third time in a row, he'll tie what Zidane did. He also wins his first ever Ligue 1 title. That means he's won the league and every top 5 league. He wins the Trophy of the Champions. And he wins the Coupe de France, back-to-back triples. Has that ever been done before? And this is the team he's leaving behind. This might be better than his 3 years of work at Juventus. And he only made 3 signings. And a huge shout out has to go to Kvara, Desiree Doué, Nuno Mendes with 20 goals from left back. This incredible team has won him another treble. And it gets better because Guardiola gets his first Ballon d'Or winner in this video, and it's Desiree Doué. One last job. Can he get one last UCL? And one more Ballon d'Or winner would be nice. And in the brand new season, Guardiola has talks with Hansi Flick, who has returned to Bayern Munich. And Hansi Flick says, look, I'm about to leave Bayern again. We would like for you to take over. But before he could accept, he decided to go with a different offer in RB Leipzig. And there is a huge reason why he has done this. But this has shocked German football. And let me tell you, it is not because of the squad. Because aside from Diomande, it isn't too incredible. And it's because of this 400 million to spend. Not only does he get to buy almost anybody he wants, as long as he can convince them, he can improve his legacy by winning Leipzig's first ever Champions League. And to kick off his RB Leipzig tenure, he's actually actually gonna switch his formation and his tactics to a 4-2-2-2. He'll be playing Diomande up top as a false 9. Is he trying to recreate Lionel Messi here? And he does want to start things up by getting a brand new red attacking mid, who's going to be his main playmaker. Well, he could bring in his Ballon d'Or winner, Desiree Doué, who'd be perfect for that role. But he's gonna cost everything in his project, so I don't think he will go for him. But instead, he wants to go for Arda Güler, somebody he wanted at Juve that he just couldn't afford at the time. So for 125 million plus Gomis, he is bringing in Arda Güler, the most expensive signing in RB Leipzig history, and he still has tons of money left. And now that Güler is that creative midfielder, it's very clear that that right back spot is very weak. And when it comes to the right back, he has shortlisted 3 fullbacks in Jules Koundé, Frimpong, and Tino Livramento. All 3 he can convert to the perfect right back for this new system. He ended up deciding on 50 million plus another fullback, Tino Livramento, who was at Leverkusen. And now with Tino Livramento on the side, up next is replacing Captain Geertruida. He just isn't at a world-class level. And for 150 million, he has brought back Lukeba from Juventus, who's now at a 90 overall. Guardiola is putting aside for the Champions League this season, not next year or the year after that. And now that Lukeba's on the side, Pep Guardiola has decided to swap out Openda for Barcola, who was in this team as well. Super team low-key. He needs a brand new number 8 as both his midfielders are both 6s. And for his final 60 million, he was able to convince Kobe Mainu to join the RB Leipzig project. Oh, he is a perfect number 8 for Pep Guardiola. And Mainu is the final piece of the puzzle. Take a look at this team. It's not the best team in world football. I'm just gonna step back and let you guys see the depth that Pep Guardiola has. Literally a billion players. Injuries will not stop this man from winning the Champions League this year. It looks like he made the right decision as he beat Bayern to the league title by 3 points. He also wins the Super Cup, but he just misses out to set up for a 3rd potential treble if he's in the UCL final. But when it comes to the league, they did not start off well, finishing in the playoff spots. But they went ahead and beat Frankfurt 8-1. Round of 16, they beat last year's finalists in AS Roma. In the quarters, they beat Monaco on penalties. And on the semis, they smashed Bayern 5-1. And he's facing his old team, PSG. He could have potentially faced Juventus, but they lost 6-5, man. And look at the team he's built here at Leipzig. Arda Güler at a 92. Lukeba at a 92 as well. Diomande 89. And it seems that Diomande project has gone well. 25 goals, 6 assists. But Arda Güler, 27 and 25. He has to be Pep's best ever signing. Look at the numbers. Guardiola was the undisputed GOAT at the start of this challenge, but he could become untouchable by becoming the 2nd manager to win 3 UCLs in a row, but also be the only manager in history to win the UCL in every top 5 league. And the UCL final ends 0-0. 2 technical masterclasses led to 0 goals. It's up to a penalty shootout. And to step up, the first penalty is gonna go to Vitinha. Goes to the bottom left and it goes in. And now as Arda Güler has been incredible. Probably a Ballon d'Or winner if he wins tonight. Beautiful top left finish. Nuno Mendes was incredible with Pep last season. Can he go ahead and put 2 goals up? Yes, they do. 2-1. And now Diomande and that false 9 row was incredible this year. Bottom left, but it's saved. Pep cannot fail right now, bro. Desiree Doué, Pep's only Ballon d'Or winner in this challenge. Where's he gonna go? He goes to the right and it goes in. Pep can't lose this, man. Bradley Barcola, where is he gonna go? Top right and it's saved again. He built a super keeper. Goncalo Ramos to win it up for PSG and send Pep Guardiola with an unhappy ending to end his career. Goncalo Ramos to end Pep's career here, bottom right, and no, it's over. Chevalier goes the right way, but it doesn't matter because PSG lift another Champions League. Pep wasn't able to do it, but surely he's still the greatest of all time. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click on the video right here. I know you're gonna enjoy it.